Every missile fired in the Middle East doesn't just change the battlefield. It also moves billions of dollars through one of the most powerful industries on Earth. When tensions rise between the United States and Iran, news headlines usually focus on diplomacy, sanctions, and military threats. But behind the scenes, something much bigger begins to accelerate the global defense economy. So the real question is not just who might win a conflict. The real question is, who profits from the possibility of one? To understand that, we need to look at how modern warfare has quietly become one of the largest economic systems in the world. The rivalry between the United States and Iran has lasted for decades. It stretches back through political revolutions, economic sanctions, proxy conflicts, and military standoffs across the Middle East. Even without a direct war, the tension between these two powers has shaped the security strategy of an entire region. Countries across the Middle East constantly monitor these developments. When the risk of escalation rises, governments begin preparing for the worst. Defense budgets expand. Military alliances strengthen, and orders for weapon systems begin to increase. That's where the defense industry enters the story. Some of the largest corporations on the planet specialize in building the technologies of modern warfare. Advanced fighter jets, missile defense systems, surveillance networks, satellites, and cyber defense platforms are all produced through a massive industrial network. Companies like Lockheed Martin, Northrop Grumman, and RTX Corporation sit at the center of this system. For example, Lockheed Martin produces the F-35 fighter jet, one of the most advanced military aircraft ever built, designed with stealth technology and integrated sensor systems. The aircraft represents decades of research and billions of dollars in development. But the aircraft itself is only part of the economic story. Purchasing a fighter jet is just the beginning. Governments must also invest in pilot training, maintenance infrastructure, spare parts, software updates, and logistical support over the lifetime of the aircraft. Those additional costs can multiply the total investment several times over. In other words, a single defense contract can generate revenue streams that last for decades. Missile defense is another sector where geopolitical tension drives enormous demand. When countries face the threat of missiles or drones, they invest heavily in systems designed to detect, track, and intercept those threats before they reach their targets. These systems rely on radar networks, interceptor missiles, command centers, and complex coordination between multiple layers of defense. Developing and maintaining this technology requires enormous investment, and that investment flows directly into the defense industry, but the economic ripple effects extend far beyond the companies assembling the final weapons. Thousands of smaller suppliers contribute specialized components used in modern military systems. Electronics manufacturers build advanced sensors. Aerospace companies produce engines and propulsion systems. Software firms design control systems and data networks. Together, these industries form an enormous global supply chain. This is why the defense economy can influence entire sectors of manufacturing, engineering, and technology. When geopolitical tensions rise, the effects can be felt far beyond military bases or government offices. They reach factories, research laboratories, and financial markets around the world. Investors understand this dynamic very well. During periods of global uncertainty, many industries struggle. Tourism declines. Trade slows down. Markets become volatile. But defense companies often experience the opposite effect. Because governments rarely reduce military spending during security crises, defense stocks have historically been viewed as relatively resilient during geopolitical instability. In some cases, rising tensions can actually increase demand for military equipment as countries rush to strengthen their defenses. The Middle East plays a particularly important role in this equation. The The region sits at the crossroads of global energy, supply, and international shipping routes. Major waterways such as the Strait of Hormuz carry a significant portion of the world's oil exports. Because of this, any escalation involving Iran has the potential to disrupt energy markets and global trade. To prevent that scenario, many countries in the region invest heavily in surveillance systems, air defense networks, and advanced military technology. But the war economy is not without controversy. Critics argue that enormous defense budgets can divert resources away from domestic priorities like healthcare, education, and infrastructure. Others worry that the close relationship between governments and defense contractors may create incentives that encourage prolonged geopolitical competition. Supporters of defense spending argue the opposite. They point out that military investment has historically driven major technological innovations: satellite, navigation systems, advanced aerospace engineering, and even early internet technologies all emerged from defense-related research programs. In that sense, the defense economy has played a major role in shaping modern technological development. Still, the debate remains unresolved. What is clear, however, is that geopolitical rivalry is no longer just about territory or ideology. It is also about economics. Every conflict, every alliance, and every military investment feeds into a vast industrial system that connects governments, corporations, and financial markets. When tensions rise between the United States and Iran, the consequences ripple far beyond the battlefield. Defense budgets shift. Global supply chains respond. Investors adjust their strategies. And behind the headlines, billions of dollars begin moving through the machinery of the modern war economy. Understanding that system reveals something important about the nature of modern conflict. Wars today are not fought only with weapons. They are also fought through industries, technologies, and financial power. If you found this breakdown insightful, make sure to like the video and subscribe for more deep dives into the economics behind global conflicts and geopolitics. And I'd like to hear your perspective too. Rising geopolitical tensions mainly strengthen defense industries, or do the long-term economic costs outweigh the benefits? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next analysis.